I think the food industry as a whole will change quite radically over the coming years, and as a business, for us it's important to be able to adapt to that change, adapt to different consumer behaviour legislation, and the reality that certain ways that we're operating as within the food system are not as good as they can be.
In the food system in Yorkshire that we have a lot of really innovative and very unusual businesses. So what we're trying to do is to develop an entrepreneurial ecosystem, as we call it, to connect these people, to connect the businesses, but also to connect them to the wider network of organizations in the third sector, but also in the public sector, learning from best practice.
Spark York is actually a community interest company, which is actually a legal form of social enterprise, and it's a really good example of these hybrid business models that we're working with in FixOurFood. And the hybrid business model is it's not private sector, it's not public sector, and it's definitely not charity. They occupy the kind of intersections between those three economic sectors, and they actually prioritise social and environmental impact in their local community.
I think we feel that there's almost a duty of care there, and that this is a setting where the next generation of food businesses are ultimately being born and testing ideas and eventually moving on to permanent premises. So if we can do anything to kind of weave in some sustainability and more environmental methods to how they source produce and use it, then that's really important for us, that they can access that in this setting and hopefully take it on to whatever they do next for the next 10, 20, 30 years.
One of the sort of projects that I'm keen to progress is to get our local public sector procurement buying locally through a shortened supply chain. So I guess a success factor will be seeing more of our schools, colleges, hospitals, universities, MOD buying Yorkshire food directly.